Tigray General Vediantiro Gebregizaber who's leading Tigray opposition fighters in the far region, has given an interview. Several important points he mentioned in that interview. Welcome to my views and news. Thanks for watching. Good to be with you. Your story is firstly a significant development. This is the first time that Vediantiro talked to a news source. We know that he's leading Tigray opposition fighters. What did he say? How many are TPF members? Which channels are part of TPF? What are TPF's demands? Is TPF the name of this group, or will they choose a new name? Second news story is about a journalist who has been arrested in Ethiopia. Let's start with this quick news story about Ethiopian journalist. His name is Tisfalam. He worked for Ethiopia Insider. He was working as editor-in-chief of Ethiopia Insider. Ethiopia Insider is one of Ethiopian news outlets. On the 8th of June, 48 hours ago, Isfalam, editor-in-chief of Ethiopia Insider, was arrested by security forces. He was produced before a court where the prosecutors accused him of disseminating false information. The judge granted him bail for 15,000 birr bond. Bail granted, but police did not release him. So he's still in custody. We saw that on so many occasions in the past that political activists, journalists were granted bails by courts in Ethiopia. But security forces either did not release the accused on bail, or they released them, and after releasing them, they arrested them again. In one case, I think Tadendia was released from prison. When he stepped out of prison, he was again arrested in another case. So when security forces publicly violate court orders, it means that judiciary is weak. And when judiciary is weak in a country, it means that there can never be democracy. Judiciary protects political parties, political activists, government critics. Judiciary ensures that its orders are implemented. But security forces are above law in Ethiopia. They kill people in broad daylight. Security officials, they're not held accountable, they're punished because they're backed by the government. Rather, judges are kidnapped from courtrooms. We saw judges threatened in Amhara region. In Tigray, judges went on strike. In Tigray, during the hearing of Zaidu Haftu's murder, the relatives, family members of a victim who is son of a police officer in Tigray, they stormed the court. They threatened a judge there. Several judges were kidnapped in the Amhara region. They remained missing for months. And government agencies kidnapped them, reported. So, when there is no independence of judiciary, there will never be democracy. That is why Ethiopia is sliding down the World Press Freedom Index, because journalists are not safe, and Ethiopia is ranked at 145 out of 180 countries ranked by an institution. Second story is about Vediantiro Gebregizaber. He is the general who is leading Tigray opposition fighters in the far region. He gave an interview. 24 hours ago, and Vedi and Tiro shared some details. What did he say? Firstly, TPF is not the name adopted by this group of fighters. They'll choose a new name. We use TPF for them because some of them use this name for them. But Vedi and Tiro said that they have not chosen a name for their group. But he described the place where they are as free land. All of them call the place where they are as free land. They don't disclose their exact location. They say we're in free land. No effort has been made to negotiate with Tigray opposition fighters. Vedi and Tiro. Why is TPLF sleeping? Why is Tigray military sleeping? What are they waiting for? They have not made any meaningful effort to engage these Tigray opposition fighters. So, confirmed by Vedi and Tiro. How many are these TPF members? He said we have 4 divisions and 4 fronts, I think he said. Uh, if there are 4 divisions, they are over 10,000 because a TDF division, I think, consisted of less than 5,000 soldiers during war. If a TDF division was around 3 to 4,000 soldiers, 4 would be around 15,000. The actual number is less than 10,000, I would say. Several thousand I've been saying, but Vedi and Tiro seems to be implying that they are around 15,000. They are based in Afar, yes. Did they get any permission from the federal government? No. Any permission from Afar regional government? No. But on local level, they're in touch with the Afar authorities. They're operating in border areas, so no problem. That's what he said. They are 4 fronts. They are deployed at 4 fronts. Means in 4 locations. Fronts means locations because there is no ongoing war. Front means location, maintaining camps. They're based in 4 locations in Afar and in Tigray, southern Tigray. What is their goal? And are the channels supporting him? Clash River, etc. Vedi and Tiro said that there are civil officers who are with these Tigray fighters in Afar. Did not mention any names. He said that there are people who opposed Tigray military's decision when in January it backed TPLF. I opposed the decision. Others opposed the decision too. I tried to solve issues politically through dialogue, but they tried to arrest me, so I had to flee. There are other channels too who opposed TDF support for military, but they have not joined. So he did not name anyone who is supporting him. Name of other channels. What are their demands? Alarming thing. What he said is that they want to build a strong military, people's military. They want to ensure that a new government is elected in a transparent manner. And the new military will serve under the new elected government. It should be elected through a democratic, transparent process. No relation with anyone. He said this Tigray force which he's building, it does not have backing of any group in federal government, federal military, federal forces. No contact, no affiliation with any political party. He was dismissing rumors that he was backed by Getachew or he is aligned with Getachew party. He criticized TPLF a lot, saying that anti-democratic TPLF cannot be allowed to go on. There should be level playing field for everyone. Youths of Tigray should be encouraged, should be allowed to lead Tigray. And that is why lots of Tigray youths are joining, because this force is force of change. So what I concluded reading the interview of Galvadian is that this armed resistance movement is more against TDF than against TPLF. Vadian is building a military, a parallel military in Tigray. Demands are not very political demands. They don't want to be in power. This military does not want to take power. It does not want to take over Mekelle. It wants to ensure that free, fair, transparent election is held in Tigray and representative government is put in place in Tigray. And demand is not wrong. I mean, everyone should make this demand. But peacefully, such demands cannot be made in Tigray, Vaidyanthiro said. He said, we need force. We're building people's force, Tigray people's force. We want to ensure that people's rights are protected. We can say that a military, an armed group is being built in Tigray to counter TDF. Vaidyanthiro would never acknowledge that this group has backing of federal government. Without federal government's backing, how can these Tigray fighters be based in four locations in Afar? It does not make sense. Definitely, the opposition fighters have the backing of federal government, federal forces. What will they do? When will they launch their movement? Which actions they'll take? All that remains to be seen. Overall, I see the interview of General Vaidyanthiro as alarming. We could see violence in Tigray, violence between Tigray military and this Tigray opposition fighters military led by Vaidyanthiro. Thank you for watching.